Hey there. You may notice audio in this episode is a little bit scuffed, but that is because we had to resort to using some kind of crummy lav mics, which are the ones that you'll see on the table if you're watching the video. Normally, we're remote and have proper microphones and audio interfaces and all that good stuff. We almost had an audio interface and proper mics for this in-person episode, but it didn't quite work out. So unfortunately, the audio is a little bit scuffed on this episode, but we have a great time. I think the vibes are up, and I hope that you'll all enjoy it, kind of regardless of the scuffed quality. Thank you. Enjoy.
You're listening to N21FM, Pokemon Podcast. We're most glad and we things are a little different. We're in person. Jake came up from the great state of Florida. John's here.
I know, I'm back. Right?
Yeah, you're back.
I exist. It's not a myth.
Well,
Welcome back.
welcome back, everyone.
Glenn, where are we?
We're currently in my old stomping ground, Buzz City Games, the store that I judge at.
Famous.
I don't know about that.
Famous podcast famous.
We do be talking about the store. Yeah, podcast folks like us. This is the best show you've never heard of.
Yes. 100%. Absolutely.
Episode 69.
Nice.
Very nice. Season finale of season 3.
That's
How
us.
does it feel? Yeah.
It feels weird.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Certainly not. Because this is both of your first seasons.
Yeah. I guess so.
You weren't here for season 2.
Yeah, I was. What?
No.
I was here for season 2. What do you mean?
I'm gonna pull up. I've got the document in my hand right now.
I wasn't here for the full season 2. I mean, if we're gonna split hairs, yeah. No, I wasn't here for the full
Splitting hairs is my job. That's how we get on.
Truly. I was here for more episodes of season 2 than I was.
Oh, that is true.
Because there were more episodes of the show after I was on.
That's right. Holy smokes. I can't believe that.
And now you're in the rotating chair. I've replaced you.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be usurped?
Friend.
Kingslayer.
It actually, I'm not gonna lie, it is actually kind of nice to have a little bit of relief to be like, okay, I know that this show can like consist like
driver away.
no high quality. I want the show to like have like high quality content. Like I was like thinking about it the other day, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of nice to like be able to have like Jake here, to be able to contribute as well and bring like his take into it. So he's got like way different opinions than I do.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's great. I love
all your episode is.
it will happen. And I like that because it's helped the show grow in such a good way. It's not to say that like I don't want to be here, but it's more just like it's been difficult for me.
Yeah,
it's been difficult for me to be here in general. So I'm happy to.
I'm glad to have both of you.
Any chance we get.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad to have both of you. It's been having you both on has been such a weight off my shoulders. Just because you've seen my solo episodes. Jake's going back to the catalog right now, right?
Yeah.
You just saw episode 2 of season 1.
Yeah.
AKA the worst episode of the show.
That was. I've seen episode 3 by now, but yeah, I gave you kudos. You held it down for a solid hour.
Oh yeah,
of just like talking at yourself, and it was like
it was
just boom, 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 boom. One thing after the next.
Yeah, one of my favorite things that it actually reminds me of, because I have taken a look at those episodes, even if I haven't seen every single episode of the show. I don't watch the show very much. I don't listen to it. Right?
He hates me.
I know. I hate Glenn. I hate Jake. I hate myself. It reminds me of an old Let's Play channel that I used to follow that had like multiple people on it, but they recorded every once in a while like an episode of like where they were just like trying to get their content out, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like one guy playing, and they all, whenever they had like, I remember one of them was like notorious, it's like one Let's Play. Okay. So they just titled the episode "Hat Stares into the Void" because it's like half the episode is him just like,
he's just playing the game.
He's just playing the game. He's not talking half the time, and then he remembers to talk, and it's the best worst content you've ever seen. I love it because it reminds me of that. So it's like Glenn talks into the void.
Glenn does talking to the void so frequently.
The void talks back.
That'll be bonus content.
Yeah.
Incoherent, you ramble.
15 minutes.
But yeah, no, it's been a huge help having you both on. It'll be a really huge help if you face the camera.
I gotta talk to you guys. I know.
Yeah, cheat out.
It's
Cheat your body out.
I'm just giving you shit.
But it's good to be here with you both. I hope you're both doing well. How was your
Yes.
trip out?
It was good. The drive, it's not that long of a drive from where I am here. I did almost run out of gas at some point because the exit out of South Carolina, go through the back roads of South Carolina into North Carolina, there's no gas stations.
Yeah.
You like have to go onto a main road, and I was like 5 miles off running out of gas.
Oh my God.
Yeah, back roads. I was like, I really don't. I might thought hitchhike somebody to take them to a gas station and get some gas to come back.
That'd be bad.
Yeah.
Do you have to play?
I do, but that's another like 6 hours just for them to find me.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, it was good.
good.
I made a good time out here. I think I had a reasonable time too.
Yeah, pretty reasonable, honestly. It was
Like 8:30 or something in the evening.
Oh,
yeah, pretty good.
Very good. Well, we're here to talk about a couple of things. First of all, some housekeeping stuff.
Okay.
First and foremost, patreon.com/terminalcreative for early access to the show, access to the bonus show, and the One Plus, our 18 and up bonus content. We've got some cool episodes of that came out recently, including me and Jake's Booze and Battle, his debut into the Booze and Battle scene, where he played, we called it Bulls on Parade, the
Bulls on Parade.
the Octuple Toros deck. And I played the worst deck you've ever seen in Zoroark Mega Gardevoir. It was okay. I just decked myself out.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. I've gotten feedback from that episode actually. I've heard that it is a fun watch. So go watch it.
But check it out. It's fun. It's over on the Patreon. We don't do audio of Booze and Battle, by the way, because it
doesn't make sense.
it's entirely unlistenable content. You have to be seeing what's going on. We used to, though. The first three, I put them all in Patreon's in collection, so now they're all synced up. Yeah, and then that's $1 a month gets you early access and access to the bonus show. $2 a month gets you access to our bonus thread each and every month. You can have your questions read on the show, which we will do at some point. We'll do some of those today because we got some write-ins for end of season stuff. And then the $5 and up tier is our producer tier. So if you want to just produce this, like be a producer of the show, means you care about the content and making it happen. Hopefully we can get some better microphones. Obviously, the sound quality today is a little subpar, but we're working with it. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to help contribute to keep the lights on here, that's the tier for you. You get access to
Keeping the lights on tier.
Keep the lights on tier.
Yeah.
Please God, let us not stay in the red.
The midnight janitor tier, please. Our mess, we've left it here. Clean it up for us.
Yeah, and you get your name right at the end of the show, which will be fun. The other stuff on the $2 tier is access to the guest thread every month. So for N21 Plus, sometimes we do interviews,
which we're going to be revamping.
Yes, we are coming up. We're going to be revamping that. We'll announce that actually here in a moment. At least the stuff we confirmed.
Sure.
We've got one interview already lined up. I just need to schedule him. He makes a lot of really cool Instagram content that I think people will appreciate, like deck guides and buy lists and things like that. Really cool graphics and kind of like gives breakdowns of like how a deck works, things like that. He's a really cool guy.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers, but I'm excited to have him on. That'll be sometime in season 4. And then, those interviews, if you want to have your question read to them, that is in the same thread as the monthly Q&A. So that's all the Patreon stuff as far as, what you could get right now. But before we move on to the real juice, the meat and potatoes of today, let's talk about some Patreon revamps coming in the fall. At the end of August, I think, is when the season ends, or season starts back up.
Yes.
Worlds. So we're going on break, of course. This is the season finale for season 3. We'll be on break until Worlds happens, which is August. I have it written down here. I think it's N20 or not
N21FM.
Yeah, that's it. I had an interview with Henry Cortez. My bad. August 28th through the 30th.
Yeah, that's what.
So the 31st we'll have an episode up on Patreon. Well, probably. Hopefully.
We will have recorded the episode.
Yeah,
whether or
so-
not it's up on Patreon.
I'm working on it, okay?
We'll get there.
I
process.
took out a corporate client and I started a new job and I'm moving. So I'm so busy.
The judgment is free.
But yeah, we're doing some revamps. What will happen then is we will have a new structure for the way N21 Plus works, where monthly will be on a rotation. We're going to do the usual booze and battle one weekend. We're going to do an interview for a second weekend out of the month. We're not sure what the order of these will look like, but keep an eye out for. We'll try to make it graphic. Yeah, we've got plans, and then we're going to do an anime watch back series. So once a month, we'll watch X amount of the old anime, starting all the way back from the original.
Yep.
And then we're going
Episode 1, Pokemon the anime.
Yeah.
Gotta catch them all. Episode 1.
We'll probably do the movies too.
Oh yeah.
It'll be great. And that'll be just, we'll be catching up every week, like a book, or every month, like a book club. We'll watch however many episodes for the month, and then we'll catch up, see what's going on. We're going to cut that off at Horizons. So when Ash ceases to be
In 7 years when we get to that point.
Yeah, truly. Which, I mean, whatever. We'll get there.
Who knows? This is a for fun cast as far as I'm concerned. I'm having a great time.
True. But that'll be fun. We'll be talking about that, catching some memories. So if you want your nostalgia bait, if you're a Gen 1 unk, like John,
Yeah, honestly.
then I'm sure you'll enjoy that kind of content. And then the fourth one will probably be either a wild card or
like a grab bag episode. Just we might do a couple different series.
Yeah.
And just kind of cycle through.
I want
what we're feeling.
to do some mini series as well. So in the past, we've had Brian on to talk about like game development in the game industry. I want to do a mini series with him as well as some other stuff.
Yeah.
I want to do some rankings, some lists.
Yeah, we have two lists.
Tier lists. Heck yeah, dude. I'm a big stack rank guy.
It'll be fun. It'll be very fun.
Is Umbreon better than Garganacl as a Pokemon? Yes, the answer is yes, but I couldn't find out what number on the list he is.
True, yeah. We're gonna rank all 1,000 plus Pokemon.
No, 1,250 by the time we get to that point.
Yeah, thanks to Pokemon Weave.
That's our Slid Spire.
Tier lists.
Yeah, we're never.
Yeah, never again.
Those are. Sorry, if you were a Patreon fan, here for the Slid Spire tier list.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Love you, mean it.
Now Slid Spire 2, completely different game.
Yeah,
Possible.
you hear that game's woke?
No idea.
Yeah, Nita Sarkeesian was near it. So
Oh yeah,
they're apparently woke.
that's right. That's what. Yeah.
Great news. Anyway, let's move on to
Patreon. Patreon.com/TurmloCreative.
Yeah, that's where you'll find all that stuff.
Subscribe to our stuff, please.
I think you'll enjoy it. It's very good
It's
value.
very good. This is the best podcast you've never heard of.
It's a good tagline. All right, so let's talk first of all. NAIC is over. We've got a winner,
We do.
a pretty iconic winner at that too, in Allow Blitzel. What's his government name? I don't know.
James Kowalski.
James Kowalski. That's his government.
His government name.
Congratulations to James Kowalski for a crazy win playing Slot Box.
Yeah.
Into Dragapult. It is literally the deck. It's like, all right, we're here to beat Dragapult and to beat Dragapult.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised by the outcome. I am surprised that the Slot Box deck did that well. So congratulations. Do we have VGC results as well?
Well, I was gonna say with that, it depends on what do we know what the breakdown was for like whole volume there, because
It was insane. It was like basically half the room was pulp.
nearly 50%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
From what I'm seeing,
I
let's
mean,
see.
just that's just like a stats.
I'm getting bad reception here, but from the numbers that I've seen going around, it was something like mid 40s, high 40s
Okay. Yeah.
percentages.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Of the decks. Yeah. It says here 325 pulp, and that's just the. What is this? I'm on Limitless. It's kind of hard to parse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You got the breakdown right
Oh, they
there.
might have a breakdown.
Yeah. It says 35.7% increase.
Okay. That's not too bad, but what's phase 2?
40.
Yeah, so that's a super high conversion rate into basically, I mean, once he did it too, I think every other deck was overhead, which was like you just did. Yeah, absolutely. So I think he made it big. I think he made a pick for what he predicted his volume and just said, I'm going to hit volume.
Great pick.
Yeah,
And
honestly.
it's good to see he can get his way on the board.
Right.
I think that's valid.
He's one of those players. Yeah. He's one of those players who he's like, it's like Henry Chow, right? Where he just plays so much online that he hits these tournaments, these late nights, he gets results just on that alone. I think like that's kind of like why a lot of people are really happy to see someone like that.
Or all those, you just put it all the time to understand how everything's working.
Yeah. He doesn't play, he doesn't get like, he hasn't gotten like quite as many high tournament results, so I think he still has like some big tournament results.
He just won this one, so
But-
the one is as good as he gets.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly it, is like putting in so much time and effort into getting that result just shows exactly how valuable like playing and repetition and knowing, even on live, like knowing what your deck does more than anything else.
Yeah, this top 32 is a lot of recognizable names.
Yes.
Notable shout out to my boy Lucas Shane. Lucas Shane, number 19 on N Zorar.
Is Pepper Line not up too? I saw that she got good results too.
I'm
That's
not
not good
seeing
right
Hyper Lapine up on this top 32. I did see that Karis kind of scored a little lower also, which is a little disappointing.
Well, everything's lower than one, but so
it's true.
I mean,
but like, what, it was like 217 and 277.
that happens.
oh yeah,
I
But
mean,
yeah, she was playing Alakazam. I think the room was just
ready for it.
tech for it.
yeah.
Especially like coming out for a win from that regional.
Yeah,
and
because
it
you got to think like everybody
watching
knows.
you, watching you go in. So
Do we have results for the seniors and juniors?
Yes, they should be.
Can we pull that up real quick?
let me see, John.
So I'm sure that's
Scrape across the table.
For seniors, we have just a top 8.
Okay.
But first was David B
Okay.
on a Ostro Porygongas.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I like to
Rockets.
see that.
You know what? I like it. I like it just because that deck is a fun deck. I keep discounting it, but this version of it seems pretty good. It's not even like that heavy Porygon. It looks like they kind of went in more on just the Honstro only on this list and decided to just
Honstro is the discard the game.
yeah. So it looks like that's exactly what they did. They opted to go less Pokemon heavy and go more in on like the items and stuff that get you the supporters. So they're like 4 Rotostick and 4 Transceiver.
That makes sense.
I think that's probably correct. Like less of everything else. There's really not a lot of like Pokemon search here. There's 1 Ultra Ball and there's 4 pad, because all you need is the 1 Proton, and then you just use your pads to find stuff. You have so much draw power in this deck anyway, so it's kind of cool. I also like the they went heavier on the what is it there? The Night Stretcher.
Yeah.
I think that's necessary.
Is it on Miracle Headset?
Yeah, Miracle Headset, honestly, because Miracle Headset is just like bonkers for that deck.
Yeah.
Like, just go grab 2 supporters. Like that's, I think Miracle Headset is one of those ace specs that's like really underrated, honestly.
Yeah.
In general, but like there's just
Well, we just
so
have
many-
lower value supporters have it.
yeah, and that's the unfortunate part. Is right, is
Yeah,
it's like I can't, like, Miracle Headset's not doing me anything when I can't go and grab like a Goosebump, you know,
Yeah.
or
Like, you
something
can
like
grab
that.
boss, but like I'd rather just put down Meowth than go get a boss.
Exactly. It's a little unfortunate, but
And then as far as juniors go, you have that on there too.
it should be back up at the top. Yeah.
Luke G on Dragon
Okay. Well,
versus
congratulations.
an Alakazam list, actually.
Oh.
Alakazam does cars.
Very nice.
This Dragon Bolt list is pretty stock standard. Yeah, it's
Dust?
just the dust, just
Straight
Dragon Bolt.
straight.
It's just straightforward.
442, Monkey Dory, Baducci,
Okay.
Fez, Shaman, Meowth, Moltres.
Got it.
Interesting.
Running
A few
Few
in the
Instant.
Moltres.
They are running Enhanced Hammer. They are running a Tool Scrapper,
That's smart.
which I like.
Cross
I like
out.
the Tool Scrapper.
Yeah. Tool Scrapper makes the custom matchup.
2 Watchtowers, and then a
No.
4-3-2 Fire Psychic Dark.
Yes.
You need E-hammers for Crustle.
Yeah.
I thought like that.
Yeah.
So pretty standard, but the number 3 is Dragon Colt Belize.
Yeah. Can't beat.
Well, If it was worth nothing, he would have won. So. Moving on to some VGC stuff. VGC was pretty cool. We got to congratulate the actual 2025 Stuttgart regional finalist Francesco Piopero has won his first major using a Mega Charizard Y and Mega Aerodactyl team. That's a dual Mega team.
Interesting.
It's literally just a good stuffs team. It is Charizard Y with
strong stuff doing strong things.
Yeah, Charizard Y. You've got Pixelate Sylvia.
Okay.
You've got to fight like a King Gambit in there with your usual it's your bog standard King Gambit set up on there.
Okay. It's just a setup and speakless.
Yeah, nothing like Bastion Legion and Garchomp and Mega Aerodactyl. Like
that's cool, honestly.
Yeah,
strong Pokemon.
Just strong guys doing strong guys.
Yeah. No specialized teams or trick room or anything like that. I think
no, nothing crazy. No weather really.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the weather ball on Charizard.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It just comes with
that just comes
out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even see if there's not even anything special at all. Literally, this is just this is just a good.
I'd like to go. It'd be interesting to watch that game to see like what happened if he was critting.
That feels like,
or like who was playing against even.
I understand. As I understand it, I think he got like 2 really strong Pixelate Hyper beams, Hyper voices off. With Sylveon.
That's sick.
Which
just like high roll the damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it did really well. Because I mean, like dragons are really strong.
Yeah,
it just makes sense.
Dragons are always really strong.
I like the.
I remember seeing the stats somewhere. It might have been in the CGC. Seeing stats on like what team ratings were.
Yeah,
but there were some Insane was crazy low, which I found shocking. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick, but I don't want to take too terribly long.
I mean, I don't know what the rest of like VGC is like right now because they rotated formats, didn't they?
No, they're still in the same format. They're just in the second season of what is it? ME1 or MEA?
Okay.
So yeah, 70% King Gambit, 54% Sneasler, 52% Bastion Legion, 42 Innocent, 39 Floette Eternal, 35 Garchomp, 34 Charizard, 25 Frostlass, 21 Whimsicott, 19 Scovillain, 17 Sinistret, and 15%, this is a cool one, is Lycanroc Duskforce.
Interesting. Okay.
That was your guy for Charizard.
Yeah.
That was like your Charizard counter. But I guess we found a way around it. Would I have to assume?
Well, I mean, it's also a low count too, at 15%, so you don't have to.
Well, that's the top 12.
Oh, okay.
That's the 12 slot.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I have to imagine you're just using low kick and like detect on Sylveon and probably like your solar beam on Charizard for that.
Yeah.
Because those are the major things that are going to protect you against that guy. But other than that, like I'm surprised to see that kind of result from just like a very bog standard team.
It feels like chin for like OU. Like stuff, honestly. Yeah. That's kind of fun to just like be like a callback to like classic VGC.
Yeah.
Stonequake meta over and over.
Exactly. Honestly, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I guess
we should do a champions losing battle. I think that'd be sweet.
Oh, dude, I'm down for it.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, congratulations to Francesco.
Put it in the hopper.
Yeah, we'll put it in there. And he defeated Eric Rios. I don't know what Eric's team was, but very well played. Congratulations to everyone involved. Not really much to say about NAIC. This was.
We didn't hear any drama about the venue or anything, right?
No, but that is something I would want to reflect on. We'll talk about it in a second. Well, looking back on the season. Oh, do you have breaking news?
No breaking news. But remember, ICs aren't handled by third parties.
Jimmy,
if I remember correctly. Jimmy, check that one real quick. Jimmy, pull that up.
That like
interesting.
That's crazy.
I think Gaming Gen was confirmed to have done it though.
Really? Okay. I thought from my memory, and like I said, that's why I said I didn't know correct.
Was organized by TPCI and Gaming Gen.
Okay. I think with ICs, TPCI takes the lead.
Yeah, I would assume
probably have more
putting it into
oversight into what's going on.
I think Gaming Gen comes in purely on like the organizing like staff standpoint. They don't come in on necessarily like just like
feet on the ground.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So Gaming Gen handles like in person day of stuff, I think, and a lot of that. But I think TPCI like goes like hands on everything else. Also, to be fair, they've had the same venue now for
this is true
3 years.
Well, not for long.
Not for long, but it was but it was in the like they get these contract venues, for ICs especially. Like
They're contracted out for X amount of time.
yes,
Makes sense.
NAIC had to be 3 years, I think, minimum before they could find some other place. So that's what they did. I think that's why maybe there was like less, like no sound, no drama.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but-
Yeah. I mean,
That's not surprising.
But, yeah.
I did want to take a moment and kind of look back because we mentioned Gaming Gen. Do you think that with the end of this competitive season, we'll see Pokemon kind of pivot and realize, hey, Gaming Gen has been a failure multiple times over? Is it time to fire them already?
I think I've said it already in like one of our previous episodes. I have said it already.
Yeah.
Previous episodes actually. Gaming Gen is probably contracted to a certain degree, and so we can't just fire. Right.
That's true.
They can't just come in and say, "All right, you're fired," because they've hired them for X amount of
events.
years.
Yeah.
X amount. Yeah. It's an event number. If it's a year number, however that.
God, I hope it's an
concept
event
works.
number, dude.
Right. I do too because
That's how we get states back so that they can organize that and we never have to deal with them again.
Right. Yeah. We need day 2 back, seriously. But day 2's also been like radio silent.
Overload.
Yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate with that. I think that I'm hoping that Gaming Gen is on the out. Yeah, I'm hoping that TBCI looked at like what has happened, especially this season with Gaming Gen. Last season had some rough patches. This season, I think, has easily been a good display of what the worst Gaming Gen has to offer.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No bathrooms, lines out the door,
security issues, the
lack of medical training.
honestly, literally happening right in front of us. Literally happening right. It is. It's disheartening. I'm hoping that TBCI, you're like you asked. Yes, yeah, I'm hoping they.
I really hope so. Or if anything, like just TPCI taking a more like heavy-handed approach into help like overseeing the logistical aspect of some of that stuff. Because if NAIC went off without a hitch and everything was all there, obviously, but people went off without a hitch and everything was great. And it's because TPCI was like, "Hey, we're going to do it this way." And Gaming Gen got on board with that. Yeah, it's it's one thing, but if like you said, we've talked about it before, but like if it's the leadership aspect of, they just have a hard time structuring things from the outset. But like staffing this stuff is fine. Like they have enough people. Yeah, and maybe they need to take a hard look about TPCI needs to take a hard look at what is going on structurally within this organization. Yeah, like you said, like, do we need to restructure? We could find somebody else to like. Do we just have to babysit these people because we're trying to be allowed to get it right? Who knows? But, who knows? Yeah, it'd be nice to not see more bad stuff happen.
I'd like to see.
It's honestly like as someone who's new to the scenes, it's kind of surprising how it only takes one thing, right? It's kind of surprising how much there is a one thing that happens, and it's like, well, now we're talking about it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up because like I can't imagine joining it right now and being like, what do you mean there were no bathrooms?
Yeah.
Isn't that like
the year of our Lord 2026?
Yeah, and I wasn't like following the bathroom stuff like crazy.
Well, that's good. That'd be weird to do.
Yeah, don't fall.
But it was just like it was one of those things where it's like like maybe they could say, well, it is on the venue. The venue didn't have like water or whatever like that. But like even then,
playing the blame game though is such a like
the buck has to stop with somebody.
Right, exactly. You're the organizer. Yeah, you can't just like you can't just throw the blame on the venue and say, oh well, oops, not our fault. Like no, like you still have to like pivot, figure something out.
You should be making sure that like in the days leading up to the event for thousands of people, that your bathrooms work, that there is ample room for everyone, that there's a clear designated way for people to arrive and retrieve their badges and wristbands and be in the game.
Yes.
But whatever. I'm kind of over talking about Gaming Gen. They've really cracked the bed over and over and over.
Yeah.
I hope that we do away with them and bring back Overload in day 2.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it's expensive. But get real.
It takes money to make money.
We did look at like some of those TPCI jobs too, with LinkedIn and everything. And they did have that posting for someone who's like a director of like esports operations. So I'm hoping that maybe that kind of is part of this, right? Is like a transition into TPCI says, okay, we're not going to rely on a third party.
Yeah, we're gonna do it all in
Or
house.
we can do it in house, and they have enough of these events every single year that they can easily just make like it's a full-time job. It is a full-time job. Twice a month. Yeah, and they're doing them internationally. Like just put someone in charge of leading an operation like that. They have a few people in every country, and more than a few people, honestly, because it's necessary. Event planning is crazy. If you look inside of like all of that, yeah, they need that.
It's fine, like Sky stuff, right? But yeah, it'd just be nice to like have good structure, good organization.
Yeah, certainly.
So
I'm looking forward to
seeing
that.
my children's card.
Hopefully in season 4 we're able to tell you like, oh my god, the new organizers are killing it.
Yeah.
For sure. I look forward to it.
There's been no drama. Should be good.
Yeah.
Any highlights we want to talk about over this season though? I mean, I talked about like the negative stuff for this past season, but I want to kind of look at the good things that have come from it. For me, what comes to mind is like the rotation was hugely impactful. I think the meta, as much as we'd like to look at the meta right now and be like, oh my god, there's so much Dragapult. Like prior to that, the meta was so very homogenized.
Yes.
There
were 2 guys.
Yeah, it was. Well, there were 3.
There were 3.
It was literally like, what was it? Twilight Masquerade when Dragapult was first introduced, right?
Yes.
It was the same 3 decks. It was Charizard, it was Gardevoir, and it was Dragapult. Because you ran Devo, and that's how you beat Charizard at the time.
Yes.
And so like to be like, okay, well this card was introduced, and it was these 3 decks, and now at the peak of its power, it's the same 3 decks.
Yeah.
Is terrible. So I'm glad to see, as much as Dragapult is like rough right now, and it is annoying to play against it constantly, as the meta's developing, and we're seeing these new mega cards, and we're seeing these new like 1 prize decks, we're seeing that Dragapult isn't really as impactful because, well, it is impactful. It's becoming less good because what you're finding is if you're not taking your extra prizes on 2 prize Pokemon with Dragapult, you're getting a lot less value out of it because you could clear the game with Dragapult in like 3 turns. Yeah. But now because we're like, no, we're going to make you play on our pace, our territory. Yeah. It's going to slow it down a lot. Yeah. And I'm very glad to see that kind of stuff happening in the game right now. Just feels like a net positive. I think rotation was hugely beneficial to the game and the meta right now. So I'm glad to see that. Any other highlights for you guys? Jake, where you?
Oh, just like obviously getting into it recently. I agree. Like the rotation was a big deal. Learning like the Dragapult deck, we played it at Regionals Orlando, and then immediately being like, hey, you can't use Dusclops anymore. Let's figure it out. Yeah. And so, like everything you're saying, right, about just realizing how, like, without the proper, it's not just Dragapult, right? There's not the proper set of tools in its tool bag. Dragapult is kind of pretty one note. Yeah, on the thing that it does. And with all these, 1 prize decks, right? I level 1 prize deck. Yeah. I just like the little guys, just love the little guy. It is fun, as this season has gone on and on, even with the new Abyss Eye, coming out, the Worlds is going to be a grab bag of whatever some guy in their basement came up with to come and bring to this thing and swing into everybody.
We're going to see Xander Lochik roll up with like a quad dark belt.
Yeah, Torta's going to be like Iron Man in his basement, just like putting it as well. Torta's going to build this up.
That's how it's when we go hang out.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's how it felt. Every Tord deck. Let's be real.
This is true. Yeah.
Zar's.
Yeah.
Watch him playing his deck on the screen. It's like, oh, that's what I came up with. Yeah. Okay. But just like meeting people, right? Yeah. Karis to win, obviously, like huge, big fan of Karis. Meeting Lucas. Lucas did really well at NAIC. Yeah. Just like going back to the ethos. It's about meeting the people, playing the game across the table from somebody. Yeah. Yeah. And I really do think that like learning the cards, right? Learning the cards.
Yeah, you learn every standard card, everything, like a meeting.
Yes.
And talk about the rules. Like for me, like the unrecorded voice calls and late into the night talking for 4 hours.
Yeah.
On stuff.
Yeah, look at my clock. It's like 1 a.m. and Jake's still on like a like chat with me, and I'm like, dude, I'm exhausted.
Open this can of worms.
I did.
You asked.
I'm like, I'm
When
exhausted.
John comes to my brand, he brings the pickaxe.
Oh yeah,
But like I really do. It learning the game this season has honestly been great because it's almost like it's a pressure cooker of Dragonfall has been so strong for so long. Great, learn Dragonfall. Now like Bill learns everything else because Dragonfall's always going to be the staple for this season.
Yeah,
it's transitioning out of just being the one trick pony,
right,
and like getting good at the game.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Who are you?
Honestly, for me, I think my highlight was being able to kind of run with like a couple of decks through the season for most of the season. Yes,
Like Dragonfall.
No, not Dragonfall. I transitioned to Dragonfall like right before Orlando. That was like was just like the. So
That's because I was going to Orlando.
Well,
what do we need to play?
Yeah, well, I was like, what do I need to play that's gonna like sync up with someone who doesn't know the game very well? Right. I was like, okay, I know Dragonfall enough. I can play it. I can learn it. It's fine.
Yeah,
and it's an easy up. At the base level, Orlando's Dragonfall list was not a difficult deck to play. I gave it to you. You had 30 days, and you learned how to play it enough that you got.
I learned how to play it in like 7.
Yeah, you learn how to play it enough to play it well enough. I think, for
Luke Jing,
I mean, you played it against Lucas Singh and got him to say, "Hey, you played this deck well." Like that's
impressive.
That's impressive.
That's not nothing.
I'd say honestly, for me, that's kind of a highlight. It's just being able to like not even like being able to teach you how to play, but just like being able to like. I was like a huge thing. It was a lot of fun.
Time with the boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are always the best memories.
Yeah,
I think back to when we went to Atlanta with Zach and Gabe.
Yeah,
that rule. Yeah, I'm looking forward to another like regional like travel. Maybe next year in the NAICs, we have the spot together to get like 2 or 3 hotel rooms.
Yeah,
or like a really big area.
Yeah. Okay,
On how it goes. I think that'd be awesome to just squat up, hang out in the lobby, go to the hotel bar, like play some games.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, just thinking about. I know I live. The Orlando Regional has been like my baseline for like how this stuff goes.
Yeah.
But like I remember those days so vividly, even still, and I've got terrible.
Yeah.
Like that. It's such a core thing from learning to playing to like going up, walking among giants,
dude,
and doing that stuff. Like it just lives in my brain. Yeah. So I love it. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me the only other thing was like I said, like being able to play like being able to pick up and play a main deck or a couple of main decks for like most of the season. Because I went back to I was honestly after Atlanta last year, I was just like struggling, like what do I really want to do?
You were on 80 bucks for a long time.
And then that's exactly what I did was I was so unsure of like what I wanted to play during the rest of Journey Together, during Tested Rivals, and then kind of over the summer I had that chance to kind of take a break between Maggie's birth and just relaxing, not focusing on standard. I came back and like my first event back in like was like right before Worlds. It was like it was right before Worlds, right when the season started back again. And I was like, it was a Rally Scroll Cup Rally Scroll Challenge. I was like, what do I even want to play? I was like, I want to play something. I want to have fun. What do I know? And I was like, what's good right now? And I was like, I looked at like lists and I was like, no one's playing Shaman right now. I was like, that was like the first thing I noticed was like everyone said Shaman was going to kill Wellspring Mask Ogrepon. And I'm like looking at all these lists and I was like for online events, I was like, no one's running Shaman. No one's respecting Scythe right now. I was like, let me just run it. Let me just run it back with Terrabots and see what happens. And I like spike the challenge when off of like in 2 months of not playing standard, basically. Like barely touching it. So I call it time machine. Yeah, I just spiked. And then I proceeded to do that 2 or 3 more times in challenge.
Yeah, I got a crazy competitive.
Yeah. At least the first half of the season for me was like great, and then I switched to EVBox because like, okay, people are respecting Terrabox too much now, and it's not getting insults as much. What do I mean that's good that I like can't get stuff? So I switched to EVBox and playing EVBox for like the season. Yeah, back up of that, the kind of second spirit of it was so much fun for me. Yeah, again, I spent like 2 weeks like just dropping loss after loss on live until like that fine like, and then I was like, winning every day.
Yeah.
Everything happened. Yeah, I was able to take that, and then I think like my favorite win still was the last out I played right before rotation. I just was like, I was like, everyone's running stuff that beats EV bots right now. Everyone's running stuff that beats Air bots right now. Everyone's running Dragon Ball. I don't want to play Dragon Ball. What's a fun deck that I could just pick up and play? And I was like, I picked Miraidon back out, and for me that was like, yeah. I was like, what's a good deck right now? I was like, no one's respecting 9 innings right now. No one is even thinking about how good Miraidon is right now. I was like, this deck comes in and just like absolutely destroys anything that's like a setup that Dragon Ball gets washed. Higher. So it's like
totally mobs.
Yeah. Miraidon, like it is just any Dragon Ball list. It trashes. Gardevoir lists get trashed pretty easy. So and then the Gardevoir and Dragon Ball had that up. So I just came in and I'm like, all right, let's go hands. Like, three, the whole game is like 3 kills.
Catch these games.
Yes, and then proceeded to like lose to a Pulsar. Someone decided to play Pulsar, which like washes that. So
They knew.
yeah, but like that was fun for me. Yeah, like that was just a lot of fun for me to like be able to like pick that deck back, like pick up a ride on deck again and just throw it and see how it went. I'm like, it was just it's pure game at that point, but like it was fun. Yeah, that was like some of the most fun
you can have.
Honestly, it was for me that was like the most fun I've had playing Pokemon in a while. Was just picking up something that like I had next to no practice on in a while, and it was like, let's see how this does. Let's have fun with it. So
I also would be remiss to not mention, like, over this past season, like, the interviews we had this season were great.
yes.
Obviously, the last Thunder interview we did was with you. Spent some time. I owe them a visit, but it's been a little bit of time. I'm waiting for like a really big point in the new campaign to kind of hit them up.
Yeah.
I don't want to like intrude either. I want to find a good spot, hit them up. So like I said, I hope they're doing well. And of course, Melissa is having her baby.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. But I'll try to get in touch with them. But like we had for the win on, we had Little Dark Fury on, like we got Wancho on twice.
We have watched one.
I want to get him again because they've started over at what is it? Philippines Pokemon Podcast. They started their own show. I'd love to collab with those guys. Like reach out to them, just get the whole squad on one call.
Yeah,
I think that'd be dope.
Talk over each other for an hour.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, that's what we do. So, but like, that's like my favorite stuff to do is get people on the show, talk to them, and then like, I'm sure we'll be able to get out. I want to have any and all of those people on for like a Blues and Battle or like an anime rewatch to see if we can get something like. See, like, hey, you want to come on for this? And like, we're going to talk about the nostalgia of it. We're going to talk about like what the animation's like, what it means to you as in your journey. And I think that stuff is like some of the lifeblood of the show. It's like getting those people on to talk and just kind of hang and meet people past the screen and past the tournament.
Yeah.
So
I think you're to that right. Just as an extension of it, like there's so much stuff that has happened this season, not just in the season of games, but like in the season of the show.
Yeah.
That is exciting because of the implications that has going forward, right? Jumping off points, all these diving boards that you have been trying to build and put together. And now, honestly, it does feel like us are at a good spot to kind of capitalize and transition and grow to something that could be a little more consistent, a little better, right? More moving up, moving out. And just like, once again, my favorite C word, community, building a community of people around this space that just, vibe with each other.
Yeah. That's the goal, because it's not like, oh, I just had conversations with these people once. Now, like, I'll never see them again. Like, when I spoke with Boncho, like, off camera, I was like, hey, man, next time you do come to Charlotte, sometime, because he's been playing in the Magic. I was like, we should pick a Magic. Like, we'll link up. It'll be fun. And like, it goes beyond just like, oh, I want to have you on for concept. One of the, to be transparent with the audience, like one of the big, I guess you could call it an anxiety I have would be that like, I have these guests on and I don't want to be perceived that I'm doing it for clout.
Sure.
These are people I genuinely find interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Before I even had Wancho on the show, I spent time with him. Like I was like, we were in the tournament hall and I was just like near him and I was like cracking jokes because and like we had a little bit of conversation and then like I met up with him. Ran into him, not met up with him. I ran into him at Meeple for Charlotte Regionals that year. And we played again and we chatted. And it went beyond just like it's not just like he's a big name and I want to have him on for the show. And then while that is like, it's not nothing.
There's a professional relationship that stems from the personal relationship that we have.
Yeah, I don't ever want to I don't ever want it to be like, oh, I'm having this person on to make waves. Like that's not the way I like to operate. It's why I don't take ads. It's why we don't like sell out and like just get everybody on the.
Yeah, I think that we're just too grassroots for that to be like the way that we operate in general. You know, that's not the modus operandi that we work by. Yeah, it's just like we're just some dudes in our, I guess, basements talking about Pokemon. It's not even and that's like as serious as it needs to get. Yeah, we complain about stuff, we talk about stuff, but it's just because we care. So anyways,
we're back. We're back.
The camera got messed up, but anyways, just what I was saying was something, but akin to the tone of we're just some dudes talking about Pokemon, and that's as serious as it needs to get. And we just want to be fun, we want to be good, we want to be fun, and if we could do it for our jobs, I'm sure that we but just for right now, we just do it for fun. And honestly, like if we just had to keep doing it for fun, just because it's something to do, like I would be down to do it. You guys,
certainly.
All day long.
The goal is like the biggest I ever want to get would be to like have a booth at like NAIC just to interview people.
Sure.
Like that's the number one thing that I would want to do is just like talk to people, interview them on the actual like as they're going by, man on the street type stuff. I think that'd be awesome to do. Talk with like people who are in the hive, go in like get a camera and you get like an Osmo Pocket, roll up and be like, hey, I want to like interview you about like what it's like to go through the hive. Talk to somebody who's like Chip Ritchie, who is like done casting and done stuff in the hive and makes his own content. That's the kind of stuff that like it's not so much that I want to operate on a bigger scale. It's that I want to have more people on and get more perspectives about this game, because that's the goal. But I'm having a blast doing this for fun with you guys. So and it's been awesome. It's been a good season. Then it's all thanks to you guys, even with you especially. Anything else you want to talk about with as far as this season before we move on to?
I think we covered most of the stuff that's fun and interesting. So
sweet. Oh wow, we got some traction in the downstairs. I don't know if I'm picking it up though. But let's kind of talk briefly about the future of the game. I kind of talked about like what goals are for the show. Really, what do you guys have as far as goals personally? Right? Anything you want to do in the game? Anything you want to do with the show? If anything at all? If you want to leave the show, either of you, putting you on the spot right now, or like how you want it to look, going into the new season, and what your expectations are as a player, as a person on this show, as a host, as a friend of mine. What are your thoughts, Johnny?
Oh man, honestly, as far as the show goes, keep going and to give you as much as possible.
Like the current like rotating.
Yeah. I would like to do that more, but it's also challenging. I do have I can waste so much with my time. Between having my life, having a job, having a job, truly.
Not having free time.
And it's a lot of that, and there's just a lot of like decisions I've made, promises I've made to people, whatever. So it is what it is. But I still absolutely and do what I can to contribute. So yeah, as far as podcast goes, as far as this goes, I like to. I'm excited to kind of jumping on the next steps of you guys as much as I can.
Yeah. You're gonna be kicking and screaming.
Yeah, absolutely. Drag back into the ring, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as the game goes, aside from like, you know, the general like fatigue with the game or with your metadata, I'm a little fatigued by the game. Even with like what we talked about with like, you know, Dragapult like being this monster that it is, you know, a lot of the decks are bringing like their own miniature counters to it, and, like kind of solving their way around it. And it's cool.
Or trying to be Dragapult
Or
a different Pokemon.
Exactly.
And stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just it is a little fatiguing. I think that's just something that's like growing pains. It's kind of the same thing we saw, you know, last year with the Gardevoir evolved, and yeah, what people did there and around that. It just is what it is. But I actually do want to at least try to have maybe a better season this year if possible. If I can get more involved, that'd be really cool. If not, I just want to honestly, after how well I performed, I mean, like relatively speaking, how well I performed at my second regional, losing my day 2 win it in, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
For me, that was like the eye opener of like, oh, I'm on that level. Yeah, I can. It's yeah, I had the best deck in the room probably. Yeah, it was a large portion of the meta, but it wasn't like the entire meta,
Right.
you know. And that factor to me was just like one of those things where it was like, oh, you know, this is like if I did this well at this tournament and my washouts were like 2 counters and one like random deck I just had bad times against and other issues, I think I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I can do better. And that was kind of like that eye opener between like having these, you know, a couple wins that I've been able to spike. You know, a couple of times here and there to do the last couple of seasons. And that was the real eye opener. It was like, okay, day 2 is achievable. I'm on the level of like a day 2 player. I just need to tighten up. Yeah, you know, I just need to focus and I need to tighten up. I did it. I can do it. So that's my next. That's my next
Getting
game.
better at the game.
Yeah, getting better at the game, absolutely. But it's like that's for me. That's like my next big like handle. Like getting better is always like your like relative idea. Like results. You know, getting the result, like having that A2,
Being in the prize.
exactly. Being in the prize line would be really awesome. But we know, you know, yeah, getting a limitless day 2 page, you know, would be that for me. That's the next step. I guess, right? Is like, okay, first regional, I went to a regional. I didn't do great. It's whatever, you know, had a bad day. Second regional, I went to it. I lost my day 2 win, right? Like going from meh to like really good day 1 or decently good day 1 was like, okay, what's the next step? So yeah, a day 2 finish is the next step. You know?
Totally do.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I talked a lot about wanting to have a result this season when it started, but then I delved so hard into the making of this show and then also doing other stuff. Like I took on a corporate client as an editor, as their editor, 2 corporate clients really, because if you go to college, and then I'm like a friend of mine is consulting me now starting their podcast. So like, I've been in the trenches as a working producer, and that is hard to do. So next season, I think what I want to do is after the summer break, right? I want to jump in and I want to get my first challenge win, my first cup win.
Yeah.
I haven't even made a top 8 for a cup.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like I know
You're on that level. I know you're on that.
I know I'm capable of it. The difference is I think my deck choices are always weak. Or you get unlocked.
Yeah.
But I think I'm certainly there. I want to win a cup, win a challenge. If I can make it to a regional, I'd love to take to a regional. I think I'm capable of it. But more than that, I just want to get some numbers on the board. Like I don't even necessarily want to shoot for ace trainer unless you get really lucky. But like just getting some wins on the board, reminding people that like if I play a real deck, I can win.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that. I've got some plans for the start of the season for what decks I'm gonna play.
Okay.
Which we'll kind of talk about when we get to like what we're playing in season 4.
Right.
Season 3 months.
Yeah, season 3 months. That'll be great. But like at that point, we'll be kind of going and talking about that. I hope to have be able to come back and talk about my first challenge win, my first cup win.
Yes.
I also do want to improve the quality of the show. I think it'd be cool to meet up often and do in-person episodes.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it wasn't for that guy on Facebook Marketplace, we'd have a mixture and some better audio right now. But I mean, like, I want to do a couple of things, like in person with the boys, some in-person boozing battle.
Kind of portable studio almost. Also.
Yeah, certainly. And I'd love to. I also want to bring Zach and James back into the fold. And I know they both been very, very busy.
Yeah.
I don't want to put their business out there, so I won't. But like, I want to get those guys back on the show more frequently.
Yeah.
Like a firm rotation of like 5 guys.
Buff out the crew.
Yeah. And just I don't know, just hang out more. Because I feel like the show has been in a good spot. It's been growing steadily. Like us as gamers have been growing pretty steadily.
Yeah.
But I also want to grow as friends and people. Because I don't like I've had moments where I'm like, I feel bad that the only time I speak to these friends of mine is once a week on this podcast. So I don't know, like that's another area I want to grow. So success with the podcast, more friends, like more friend time. So that is the the ethos of it, and just get competitive.
Yeah,
get out to tournaments, which I think I'll be capable of because, candidly, you know, my family's been in a pretty rough spot financially for the past year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we are on track to get well out of that this year, which is a huge weight off my shoulders. Sure. And so it means that we'll be able to like
actualize
and be able to go, you know, I'll be able to have time off that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just go and be able to spend the money and play and do well. So that's what I'm excited for. Jake, what are your goals this season?
I think just like familiarizing myself with the game more, like get more into like deck building. You know, I've been talking about all my bad decks that John hates.
Yeah.
But just wrap my head around the game a little more, and just like, you know, I have never been the deck building minded in the way that like, oh yeah, I can put together a deck, but like it's not gonna be like the most meta thing in the world. And I would like to be able to make like a meta deck that is competitive within you know, within the sphere. Or like just be able to understand how like what the things are doing, how somebody would, right? Being competitive also, right? Just getting good at the game would be awesome. Day 2, like three of the boys in day 2, like
sweet.
Yeah, it would be sick.
I mean, it's doable. I almost had it in Atlanta. Yeah, if it wasn't for that freaking raging bolt player that I tied against, and they were wrong.
So, you know, like more, just like playing the game more, getting out there more, being more involved with my local scene. At least as far as the podcast goes. I quit, by the way.
And you,
no, just like getting, right. Just like, you know, like I'm obviously Glenn, you are the captain of the ship, as it were, and we do it together. But you know, but just like kind of reorganizing some of the stuff, right? I like being the sounding board by which you bounce things off of.
Yeah.
Just obviously, like you have your ideas, I have my ideas, but we make them our own.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the stuff for the Patreon, I think, is going to be really, really good. And I'm very excited to kind of get into it. Just like schedule out my time, you know, just like, hey, today we're going to record the anime cast.
Yeah.
Today, like, Glenn's got an interview. Hey, am I on the interview? Are you want me on the interview? Like, let's interview somebody.
Yeah.
You know, just like do that stuff more. I'm really interested in the off season. What like this next it's Pitch Black is what it's called.
Pitch Black.
Pitch Black. What Pitch Black is going to do to the meta. I'm interested in getting into more into the local scene, right, with that new meta coming out. And just continue to be a broke boy, kind of playing with my cardboard.
Yeah.
And it's going that part's going very well.
Yeah.
Fulfilling that goal right now. But
Pretty
no,
good.
I'm excited for it. You know, it'll be interesting. I don't have, you know, the tangibility of those things that really live in my head.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the possibilities.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's exciting stuff. Those are good goals.
Yeah. I think for you all also.
Thank you. And also with you. And also you should have some.
Thank you, Master Chief.
Anytime. Cool. Let's the last thing there really is to do is kind of go over world's predictions.
Yes.
I guess. I mean, we're not doing our usual slop, like Corbin slop, where we're not doing
This
like
is the
stuff.
Vibes cast.
Yeah, everything. So let's talk about. I have a couple of categories and questions that I want to ask, posit to the group.
Sure.
And then we'll kind of go from there and see what we think will turn out. So, Wolves predictions. First of all, what country do you think is taking the win this year? And I'll go first.
I'm doing region. So okay.
Well, you can do region, country, whatever.
Okay.
If you get as specific as you want, right? But I'm kind of leaving it broad. So
Sure. Yeah. I'll do country.
Okay. I think it's going to be an American win because I think our players are the best. Like Canada has a lot of really good players. Europe has a lot of posers.
Toward. Yo, I'm gonna be so honest. EU has been fraudulent.
Yeah, I was literally
The EU has been truly.
Well, they lost Gardevoir and Mew VBAX.
Yeah,
They don't really have
it's
a like to play anymore.
That's
They
something that's
can't
so
play
interesting.
Pokemon.
Like because I see really when you look at the decks that are being played, it truly is like an amalgam of all the metas. But even like when you were talking earlier, John, about like what's good this week versus this week, playing EV box, playing slot box, playing whatever it is. Like the meta changes in individual spaces so often.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you extrapolate that to a country, and now it's like who knows what anybody like. Okay, the Europeans, they love Mew and Gardevoir and stuff.
Yeah, and that goes down to like local levels.
Yeah.
What's good like nationally could be like the opposite of what
Because the guy that you're sending from your locals is like a crystallization of like your individual meta, and he like brings that to where
I brought a deck that I thought would like stomp locals.
Yeah.
Like one of the last cups I went to. And not one of it was like one of the last challenges. I brought something that I thought would like for sure stomp the challenge, right? I was like planned out for it. I think I was like ready for Absolbox. I was like, Absolbox, it's gonna be great. No one played Absolbox to the locals, and I got washed because my perfect counter that I thought was gonna be great. Yeah, well, I just didn't have it.
You didn't have it.
Yeah.
But even it goes as granularly as like shop to shop. Just different meta.
Yeah, and that's true too.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But like I know like what I can recall specifically is like we had a lot of good players in our area. We were playing Lugia for a time.
Yes.
We had a lot of good players in our area. There were very specific stores in this area.
Yes.
That you'd encounter a lot more Giratina at the time. Lately like it's been like, oh, there's a lot of Dragon Folk everywhere.
Sure. Yeah.
But I also could guarantee you, like, if you sit down from a couple of people, I won't say names, like there are players that are like, oh, if I'm sitting down across from you, I know you're flipping over a Gardevoir deck.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew exactly who I could see Gardevoir against. I knew exactly who I could see an Absolbox list against. Back in the previous metas, I knew exactly who I would see Lugia versus Regidrago against. I knew exactly even who to expect a Raging Bull like throw, or if you were like
or some time.
Yeah, or if you were me and like one of the 5 other players who were like throwing around Morton decks for like 3 or 4 months, that was just what to expect. You knew who you would sit down across from and what they would play.
But then in a store down the road, it might be different.
Yeah, I got known as like the guy, like locally, I got known as like the guy who would not stop picking up Terra decks because I played Terravox and Evivox for too long. Months. I'm still.
Yeah, I never rebuild mine.
It's a drug. I can't get over it. I can't get over it. It's such a good deck. It's the world's best deck.
That's not true. That's not Zorwa.
No, you're right. It's the best worst deck. Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm there working. I think it's an American. I think it's just because like American
with honorable mention to Canada.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I think if you want to go generalize as like a region, it's going to be an NA win for Worlds. I think that's just because the Worlds on the Worlds level, I think consistently you can see like tops are usually like dominated by NA players, Latin players, and then you have the mix of like who comes in from the Asian regions, and like Japan, there's almost always like 1 or 2 Japanese players and like top cuts there, and they play the American scene well. I will
Yeah,
say
that's
for a version of the game that like on a competitive level
It's
plays
so different.
best of ones almost exclusively. With the exception of like their finals, basically, or like the only not best of ones. Yeah, I think the reason they come in to do so well is because they aren't built for playing in like a teched out best of three meta.
Yeah.
They are built for playing a hyper consistent list that if you pick the right list, it still does well because of it.
Consistency is good.
Yeah. So it's like a theory back version of what we play. Yeah, that still does well. It follows like
Japan plays with our first drafts.
Yeah.
Like on like the four of the latest three boss.
Yeah.
Like and they win with those decks.
Yeah. It's also why they love Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball is hyper consistent over there. It's hyper consistent over here. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, you just looked at your phone because you pulled it up. Actually, I think we're also discounting Australia like heavily. You got to remember Australia.
There's only Australians for Gardevoir, and she's gone.
No, let's see, because there were some Australian players who were heavy on the pole too, and I mean you got to remember
They're gonna get looking up at us.
Okay. I think Australian players are still definitely. You see them playing the tournaments, but yeah, I think it's going to be a North American land. I think almost certainly the U.S. I think the younger players, especially the U.S. player now, are showing up more than they ever have, and that's the big thing. Right?
Just the tournament's in America.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, I'm going to say America also, just by virtue of the population. Like there's just we're outsized in terms of like the amount of players that we send to like tournaments. And I know that like World Championships is like a points based.
Yeah, there's a qualifier. Granted, we're matched with Europe for like the number of players who go. Where it's like 120. It's like top 125 for like a free chance.
Is that good? Well, I also like to the points that you guys have been making, where like EU, the quality of player I don't think is as good as like the quality of player that we have like our upper echelon.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think American players are also just more how would you say it? They're more kind of versatile in their ability to pivot moment to moment, like in a game. I think they're just like more flexible as players than other regions generally. In the way that like Japan is, they're like as a culture, like Japanese players are very inflexible. Right? They play for Doug.
Yeah,
I consistent like that does right. And so in a best of three, if you lose the first one, that's one you lost, but that's the three. You lose the first one, right? You have to transition from one to the other. I don't think we have a lot of but we get a lot of like series playing. All right, I lost my first game. What do I do to transition to
the ones who do are the ones who are strategy a lot, and they know and you see their names consistently. Because of that. Yeah.
So then it's like the upper echelon of Japanese.
Exactly.
Right. So the Japanese players that are exceptionally good are going to be the ones that are going to be over and over again, even grow. Canada, right? Like Canada, I think Canada, America, kind of same spot in terms of like their players. Actually, the players are a little more versatile. They kind of have their hand on the pulse of the meta a little better than American players do. But there's just so many American players that they just get filtered out by virtue of like the top members of tournaments. I think they're actually the Canadian players are a little more technical. So just like by virtue of like Lucas Shane, he's the Canada. Very technical player. And he just played. He got 19 plays on Enzora, who's the deck he played it. It's a teched out deck. But he's still playing Enzora, which I think is great. That's the type of player he is. But it's such a technical deck of like this is what my deck can do. And he's navigating and finding his way to the win. And then like you said, Australia, right? I really do think, and it's so funny that I'm going to say this, like Australian players are very rugged. They're very like a robust type of player. They just kind of play.
Curious how the culture of a country influences the style of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking about that. American players are aggressive. American culture is an aggressive culture. Like that's not. There's no.
We're also so varied though.
Yeah. And because of that, I think But yeah,
Our meta becomes more diversified, even with as much Dragon Ball as wandering around. But like no two Dragon Ball lists are the same.
Yeah.
Usually in the top,
it's why
and everyone's playing a different version of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly it. It's why you see so many American players playing like a variation of whatever's popular with like whatever their tactile choices are, and that's based on the person's personal identity, what they value as a player, what they value within the deck, what they think works out. That's why, we talked about it before Orlando, and why we decided, hey, a rare Canadian here is at like just one, and hot drawing into it is actually super valuable, but very doable.
Running
And-
one extra hill.
Yeah,
Instead of the one that was in the list.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I just need my Neo upper right now.
Yeah. Having a little more like, and that's like a player to player choice, but it is really interesting to see that versus like you said, like Australia is kind of more robust. They have a little bit more variety in like what you'll see them play too, with like context from time to time. But the core also is absolutely on like one deck all the time with variations. I think that does exist. But
There's nuance in everything.
yeah, I mean there absolutely is. But like before F block rotated, pretty much all the best Australian players were on Lugia. But before G block rotated, all the best Australian players were playing Garden. Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to America also, but I wouldn't be surprised with like a Japanese winning.
Absolutely.
I would be. I'm very interested to see what Brazil and like Latin America.
Latin America. Yeah. I just don't like historically, and this isn't just in like card games and stuff. Historically, Latin America, unless it's a fighting game, but historically, Latin America is behind on kind of just like the quality of player that they put into sports like that.
Well, that's
esports specific.
That's why TPI has been like working on their Latin American initiative.
Just like getting more people into the fold and accounting, getting them.
There's some really strong players
for sure
in Latin America too, and like but I think it's also a lot of them don't travel as much.
That's true
for whatever service. You see less Latin America,
less like,
and if they don't have as many regionals, they don't get as much practice.
Exactly, and doubling that with like stuff like the fact that TPCI loads like some of the regionals from like Mexico and special events in Mexico into Latin America, when those really should be like, in my opinion, those should be like in regions. Like I think like Central America is like one thing, but when you get to like, they're doing them in like somehow like they did like Merida and Mexico City, where they're like in like the northern half of Mexico anyway. So it's like, why are we like
we're like playing footsie with the idea that this is like
this isn't Latin America. I'm not traveling all the way down to like Brazil. I'm not traveling all the way down to Chile to play. I'm traveling a couple hundred miles across the border. It's different. It's different.
So yeah, I'm giving it to America. I wouldn't be surprised about a JP result. I would be honestly like, I'm happy for anybody.
I was going to bring up China. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this because as our first water testing question, and this will be just a good discussion. What do you guys think the best placing Chinese player will be? Because China, this is the second year that they're playing in Worlds, really on the same format. They've been trying to catch up and get parity with our format. And last year they had a really good showing. They had an incredible showing at Worlds last year.
So what was the standard?
The top senior, the first place senior was a Chinese player.
Yeah.
So
seniors,
and
finalists, and winners.
Masters.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, there might have been Chinese players in top 8. In Masters and juniors. There was a lot of Chinese players too.
Yeah, there were a lot.
The siblings that were
no, those are
seniors.
No, but the siblings are from the U.S.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
Is that racist?
No,
okay.
It's not. Unless you want it to be.
I'm glad another white guy can confirm that.
I'm not seeing any Chinese players in top 50.
Really?
At Worlds of last year?
Yeah, last year.
Wow.
It was definitely
Hong Kong.
Well, Hong Kong counts kind of because of
that might be racist.
I don't want to like
the flag is different.
Yes, the flag is different, but the political nuance of it,
geopolitical standings,
the geopolitical standings of it have changed in a way that
the Chinese senior One.
It should be because something Taiwan gets its own team.
Goodness gracious. And for juniors, it was just Japan. Because we were watching everybody last year.
So it was just like a really hot showing for like a couple of Chinese players. I think like, here and there.
But yeah, what do you think for best placing Chinese player, Jake?
I think with the China flag behind him. This year says 81. I'll say we get maybe 2 in the top 100.
Okay.
Are we
I
saying
don't
like,
think we get top 10 though. I don't think we get top 32. I don't think we get top 8. Really?
Okay. Is that just TCG or are we talking about BGC?
Talk about just the
it is,
game.
are we also saying like seniors or like we're saying
I don't know anything
you're
about
saying just masters?
I'm just saying masters.
Yeah.
Just masters.
I mean,
don't know
juniors
anything
and
about
seniors metas kind of follow the same trends to a degree.
I think there's a little loose with kind of what they care to play though. Like
A lot of it comes down to like, more emotional picks because I like something
this is my
more,
favorite Pokemon.
or it's a pick because of like the deck is a easier deck to pilot in some cases. Even with like the best like, juniors and seniors, sometimes it's just an easy deck to pilot. So let me play the easy deck. I think I'm gonna say. Sorry.
I do think
That's
it's
top 64. I'm
it's
gonna
a
pick it
difficult
up.
question though, because like the
Yeah.
longer that China exists in an ecosystem, the better they get in a logarithmic scale. Like
Yeah.
they just start getting better faster.
Yes.
The longer that like they apply pressure to that
I
system.
mean, there may be more adaptable than
The-
States players.
Yeah,
The Chinese tournaments are also insane in terms of like
Yeah,
player
just-
volume too.
yeah.
It's like from the way they operate over there is completely different. I think they basically have like 10,000 player tournaments, and the way they match up is like you just get like a match, like a pairing, right? And they pair people on like a round by round basis, but it's not like on a round by round. It's not on a basis of like, it's on a basis of like you can go and they fire your pairings, right? You get it, you match on like your phone, you play the round out, you submit it on your phone, and then you just wait for the next pairing. But you can wait, like they have basically like 2 or 3 days to play like a total of like 14 or 20 rounds.
Oh,
It's like a crazy amount. It's a crazy amount, but like because they have 3 days to play this, right? And then like top cut happens from that, right?
Yeah.
They can go like, okay, I'm gonna play 2 rounds on day 1, and then like 10 on day 2.
Okay, so it's just
you
like
know,
hey, we're scheduling when we play the round.
yeah, you just match up with a person and decide basically. Yeah,
Okay, when you want to play.
it's crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy the way they.
Sounds cool.
Some people have like complained about. Anyway, with that though, like they've seen like some crazy evolution. I mean, last year, no one knew about Jolting Goldengo was just like. Everyone was like, "Wait, what is this deck that's coming up on stream? What is this?"
Yeah.
And every time, like, it started showing up more and more. We're like, "What?" We were watching the finals. And we're like, "What the hell is this?"
What is this?
And it was cool to watch it in action because it was like, this can't be real. And it's like, well, it's clearly real because it's in the finals and it's actually performing insanely well. So I'm interested. Like I said, I'm going to say top 64 just because I think like we could see a better showing from Chinese players in general, and because if last year is something to go by, they might just come up with something that nobody expected. That's like this like sleeper pick,
Yeah, it just washes the
runs the meta. Yeah, I mean that's what
Yeah.
Jolting Golden did basically. It was like it had all the benefits of both decks without like really any crazy downsides. You just kind of adjusted your build based on like what you needed.
I think
know?
I think talking about like the culture of the country kind of dictates the way that the individual players of that community plays the game. Right? China is very historically like they just like they dedicate their soul to the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
it's literally just like a crucible of, and they they have even more. I was talking about like America just has so many more people than these other small countries, right? They have so many more people to beat.
Yeah.
And so it's just like all of this talent is just being filtered through the tiniest sieves and the articles of like gold coming out.
Yeah.
And so like these insane genius players are probably going to come out of the fold.
Yeah.
And just just totally trounce. But once again, like who knows?
Sure.
It's up in the air.
I'll say-
nothing matters until it's on paper.
I'll say 2 in phase 2.
2 in phase 2?
2 in
Okay.
phase 2. We see how many people get phase 2? Is that 2d6 or is it 128?
At
The
Worlds,
Worlds, yeah.
I think it's 256. I mean, again, we can.
Oh yeah, we can check. Well, it's different this year.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, what changed?
I don't remember. I
Okay.
think the numbers.
The number of people.
Isn't this the first year the limited invites?
No, last year they did it.
Oh,
Because last year
yes,
they
that's
did.
right.
Last year was the first year they did top 125, and was it? Shane was complaining
Okay.
about that for his final season.
That's right. Yeah. So I'll say one of them gets top 128.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's super fair. Like I said, I picked top 64 because I think we might see higher.
Yeah.
But it's I like because I picked top 64, obviously. Sure. I'm not going to claim if like someone. I'm not going to claim that it's like, oh, I missed it, or oh, I got like.
If they make 128 but not 64,
This might be
absolutely.
96 for Worlds Day 2, 96.
96.
Second day. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it's I mean, you got to remember Worlds. The total number of players who go to Worlds is small compared to.
I guess I wasn't really.
There's only like
that one. And
I think last year's Worlds was only like 700.
Oh wow.
You have to remember like Worlds is tiny compared to like your average regional. Worlds tears down because Worlds isn't like, oh, we're going for volume of like players in the room where like
they're playing best of the best. They're playing best of 3 always. Like,
Yeah.
all the way through.
Yeah. It's not like, we get average, John here with his buddy who just started playing in the same room as Lucas Jing. Now we've got just Lucas Jing against, Azul and Tord and Natalie, and it's this compression, like it's just a pressure cooker of like 700-ish of the best absolute best players. Yes. Yeah. It's people. You have people who are there. It's interesting too because it's like back in like the standard of before last year's Worlds, where it was just toy space. You did have players like not like me, but like players who are like similar to me who are like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna wash or I'm gonna wipe all of my challenges and ups that are necessary for the win.
Yep.
And then grab like a day 2 at a regional, and that's enough.
Yeah.
And now it's like you gotta win a regional. You have to spike a hard regional like win or like top cut to like ensure you're somewhere at Worlds. Otherwise it's you could just miss it even with that.
It'll definitely be interesting. Like there's so many new factors, coming into this Worlds.
Yeah. Very interesting.
What other prediction you got for us?
Okay. Who do you think the World's decks are going to be? There'll be 4 decks. They're usually like winner and loser of Masters, and then like the juniors and seniors, or sometimes like a different permutation of that.
So that's what I was going to go with. Was like how different are we saying for the World's decks? Because
there's like
historically they don't go for like, oh, this deck had like a little bit of a different like you aren't going to see Dusk Pull and Hammer Pull right as Worlds decks. They really aren't going to print that because that's not fun. That doesn't sell product. So that's where I'm like, okay, how do we?
Also, with Pitch Black coming out, Pitch Black is going to be legal for.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and that's awesome.
That's the That's the X factor. We have no idea what was going to
just like was like a masquerade last
So I
season.
think-
No one knew.
What will probably happen? If I had to guess, these are my
Sure.
my pie in the sky predictions. We give an Alakazam.
Okay.
I think we see a good Alakazam placement. I think we see maybe a Kang deck
Mhm.
of some description, whether that's slot box or like the tanky Kang deck or something, something crazy.
Mhm.
We'll get our Dragapult Greninja, and then my hard read is that the winner of the tournament is going to be a Zoroark deck. So,
Interesting.
Okay.
and for that reason, I think we're getting a World Deck out of it. We're definitely getting a Greninja or like a Greninja deck.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it goes with, we're getting a Greninja deck. That card's too good to fail.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting an Alakazam. Those are the two I'm firm on.
Yeah.
The rest I'm not so like I can't be guaranteeing anything.
Sure.
But like those two, I'm like I'm sure we'll see those.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be something crazy like we got 2 years ago, and it'll be like the Quad Thorns situation. We'll get like a Crustle deck.
Oh god. I really don't know. Don't want to see a
I
crustle
like
deck.
it when the world decks are like an encapsulation of what the meta was like at the time.
Yeah, they are to a degree, but it's so weird because like they aren't at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Like
There's never a
worlds,
world's deck of like Silver Tempest Lugia.
yeah, which is it's like I mean, world like Ironborns was not meta. No, it was, but that deck won because it was a very hard anti-meta pick,
Yes.
and so it's like sometimes it's the encapsulation, like the same thing with what is it? Maybe our This Is UI Pikachu.
Yep.
Like that deck was like that deck's a world's deck because it was a counter deck. Granted, a lot of the room was playing it, but a lot of the room was like, oh, this is like a hard pick into half the room. Let's run it, and it worked really well, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you're on the right track with that. I'm interested to see if like Pult list that like a pure Pult or like some kind of like Dragapult focus list does
If
so
I'm being
well.
honest, I don't think it survives.
Well, and also they don't print it because there's already the Dragapult precon.
See, I think they still print it because like they're going to. Remember, there's also the Gardevoir precon, and they still print
That's
it.
fair.
They're still gonna print the Gardevoir.
They printed a Mew World's deck twice.
Yep,
so
they printed 2 Mew Worlds decks and a Mew precon.
that's right.
Like precons don't define worlds lists. Worlds lists are purely promotional decks, and
That's true.
it's a $20 deck that you can't play legally anywhere else. So it's a for fun deck purely.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you're gonna see some kind of Dragapult list for sure. I think you might see like some kind of pure Pult or Pult like Pult focus list. I don't want to say it because I think you could see Pult focus and then Pult Ninja in the same, and I think they would print both of those honestly because I hope Pult Ninja isn't Pult focus. It's
You have a bolt in your back pocket.
because it's more like Ninja Low really is what that deck is. Yeah, you just have like exactly you've got the clock like stuff down your waistband for when you need it,
Yeah.
As I do.
Yeah.
the ninjas are your fists, then you just reach back and grab a gun,
Somebody's got to do it.
So what are your decks then?
Yeah, so Pult Ninja, Pure Pult, I think you're on the right track. I think someone comes with Sam, and then I think we see a Lopunny list of some kind. I think people are gonna start disrespecting Lopunny again.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be able to come back and kind of just like
It's Smoke and Crustle. That's
I
for sure.
mean it's enough Crustle kind of pops back up.
Poland can just
Maybe Lopunny just comes in and
around.
says, "All right, bet spiky hopper, bro. Let's see you catch this.
Yeah.
Catch these feet." No.
So you have watched the Boozy Bunny.
What's the news about?
That's so wild.
Yeah, that's my picks.
Take one of your 4.
Top 4. I don't think drag survives. I think by the time we get there, people will have enough will have changed that it stops being something that can be overcome in the brackets. I think that you're right. We're gonna see an Enzorg somewhere. Yeah. I think we're gonna see a grass something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a Hydrapple mix.
That'd be kind of gas.
Hydrapple box or something.
Hydrapple in World decks.
Some sort of ogre, some sort of teal mass.
Yeah, it'll be like teal mass
forest box deck.
Yeah, but I do think we see a Hydrapple specifically.
Okay.
I think that we'll see. I don't know if Alakazam will make it. I think Alakazam is so specific to the thing that it does.
Yeah.
I think that we're seeing with Darkrai coming up. I think we're gonna see a Absol reintroduction into the meta.
Okay.
And I don't know if that'll be with Darkrai or with like a revamping the Dark deck.
I could see it with Greninja because a lot
Sure.
of people are using Greninja to ping your 60 and then move back into
Yeah.
Absol for the instant knockout.
I've tried out that deck, and it's
Kind of gnarly.
it is kind of gnarly. Yeah,
it's kind of heat.
It's only one Absol too. You don't even
Yeah.
you still again. It's a Greninja deck that you just don't make Absol the focus of, but you have Absol's again. It's just
Absol's other attack is
Greninja.
great for 90% of the decks in the meta right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
you don't even have to do like the knockout. Like sometimes pinging 60 and then stripping something out of your opponent's hand is better than taking an insta KO. Like going 60 plus 200 is already KOing every single big basic. That's not a mega now.
Yeah.
Every 2 prize big basic. And stripping a card from your opponent's hand is again a stupidly good ability.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
So I think we
I
see
can see that.
I think we see an Absol reintroduction in the meta, and I think there's gonna be a status focused deck with as much confusion as coming out in Pitch Black. I think that we're gonna see like a para confused or Earn confused or Poison confused deck.
I can see like
a algae fusion with
Roxy's. What is that?
Roxy's
Performance.
Yeah.
That card.
Yeah.
is- Wait. I know how we see it.
So something that's like very status forward, just like kind of on like control status that
Mhm.
so whether that's Zor something high grapple Greninja, let's say Greninja Absol maybe to be specific about Absol something, and then like status era confusion specifically like that's
I want to admit, mine actually, just for one thing, because there was something I forgot completely. It slipped my mind, and it just came back to me because of the new set. So I'm gonna pull Zan off of there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say someone is gonna crack that code with his hide and seek archetype that's coming out.
Oh, true.
It's Ghost.
Oh,
Yeah. They're calling it like hide and seek or whatever.
I think it's cute. I like.
Yeah, I like the name. The Japanese name.
actually I say that Bulls on Play was
Yeah.
just watch the roll dice for 10 minutes.
Right. No, I think yeah. I think no, I think someone was gonna take it like goes to high. I think someone will potentially take that to a
I would want to see Volcanic Darkrai do that.
Volcanic Darkrai would be really cool.
Yeah.
I
didn't.
Sweet. That's because this top class is so fire. You're fire.
I'd love even if it's just like I want to see like a one Darkrai and like the Dark Bell. The Dark Bell. Yeah, by the way, not going into Aurora. I'm gonna make it so much.
Like there's so many ways to get status on right now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no,
They both. They're both.
I think it was a good prediction.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, this block is gonna, I do believe it's gonna change. See, just current meta right now, where it's so simple. Order, there's pretty much like it's just a magma chamber of things.
Yeah.
Places to jump around that central volcano. That is pulled.
I liked that you brought up like the Greninja with Absol because it does make me think like there's those and there's probably other Greninja ideas that people have like that.
Glaceon.
Yeah, I mean, as bad as that is,
it's bad like in practicality, but like in where you get access to the Noctowl engine.
Yeah.
You get you keep your surfing beach online. You get to play other EVs.
Yeah.
If you want to just mix the 3 prices all
I
together.
mean, we haven't even seen like anyone try like in like a lot of these Japanese tournaments like a wellspring Ninja deck.
Yeah.
And like true. Honestly, again, it's another Greninja. Greninja feels like such a interesting card because it's like it seems like it can just kind of slot in as like the main focus in like multiple different decks and then just have like support from something else. You build the Dragquark engine into it. You build the Petra, switching engine into it. You build the Terra engine into it if you want to. Like there's so many ways to kind of like tool around with it. So
Yeah.
it feels cool for that. Yeah. That's why I said that. I think it's gonna be fun. Interested to see that. I'm really interested.
I'm pretty stoked about it. Yeah, it'll be cool. It's always my favorite part to see what decks come out.
Yeah.
I'm still a year or two behind on roll sticks.
Oh,
We gotta get them for like this.
Yeah. I don't have any from what was it? 24. Yeah. I don't have any from last year. So but
Yeah,
last year's just released or
Yeah.
about to.
Yeah,
They
they're
just
about
released. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I'll have to get my hands on 'em, but it'll be fun. Let's see. Highest placing single prize deck. I'm looking for the placement here. Not like
Just placing single.
yeah.
Is that
what single
that's a
prize?
deck that just only no
Yeah, like the primary focus of
Okay.
single prize. Like it's kind of
Zam.
It's not like it's all
Yeah.
your Alakazam, your Ghost Veil, your Crustle, your
Festival Lead.
Festival Lead. Yeah,
Festival Lead
I
could do
could see.
something.
I see the vision with Festival Lead.
Festival Lead could do something.
That's most of them, right?
Those are probably like the big four.
Yeah.
I don't think you could. I mean, no one's running.
Dude, if they did, if there's like a lot of grass, I see a universe where you could type those
Maybe.
stuff like that.
Maybe.
Or the new Metagross deck.
Oh, true. Yeah. Metagross. Yeah.
Slow King also, yeah.
See, as much as I want to say the new Metagross deck, I think ultimately
It's bad.
it's not great. And then once Excadrill comes out, people just swap to Excadrill.
Yeah, that's
like
like
Mega
Mega
Excadrill is just going because it's just better. Like Mega because it's a nukes pull. And nukes pull and a nukes is easier than having to get a stage 2 out.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah, we're looking for best for what deck it is and what the rank is, whether it's bracket or specific.
I think with so many eyes on Zam, people are just gonna be able to only just talk and then some of the
Yeah,
most of the time. So I'm not gonna put Zam why. I think Crustle could leave like a high rank. I haven't seen any festival lead do that was.
I want it to though.
Yeah,
I say that's not true. I don't want it to.
Oh, it's a great deck.
Zora's
It's just like
Zora's falling off for that, so more than any others.
Which means it's a
But actually, with so many, there's a lot of Zora in NASC with I mean, 19th place.
So you might
So with the rise of like dark types right now, you might see a festival lead. So, I don't know anything about the spooky.
the Ghost Veil.
Deck. Like I don't really understand how it works, so I'm not gonna comment on that. But
Basically, they're just like they're a bunch of little guys that are pretty immune to like your dusks, your monkey dories, your bench damage, generally speaking.
because it's already hit.
And then it's like a spread filled.
Okay.
You are spreading damage based on certain conditions, and then you can like double damage counters on the other guys.
yeah, okay, I see.
So it can be really, really strong.
I think I'm actually going to give my highest rank to Festival League. I think.
Okay.
I think it's gonna. I think we'll see like a top 16. Festival
Okay.
League. That's pretty high. I think
That's
like
very high.
That's very high.
Very high.
That's super ambitious.
Yeah, I think we'll see.
Okay.
If not 16, the top 32, but like in that echelon.
Okay.
Of Festival League.
We should have stakes on this.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, dude, the Japanese name just sounds cool too. Ghost Veil stuff because it's the Japanese name. Yeah, it like translates to ghostly camouflage.
Yeah.
The word is like Bakaguri or something like that. It just sounds cool. Yeah, I mean these are like granted these are like gym battle winners, but the primary setup of it looks like it's just like 4 Delmais and then they're running like maybe like a 2. It's like 4 Delmais. 4-3 of like the Shuppet and Banette. I can't remember what everything does, but it's just like
That's why I won't comment on it. I just don't know what the heck does.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. I think like the big thing is just like you do more damage from more of these guys that are in your discard, and then like Delmais does like big damage. It's like
triples damage counts.
no, I think that's the
Oh, that's
the Sinistra. The Sinistra is the one that triples damage counters. The Banette and like the Shuppet just like do least damage counters, and then the Delmais is like let me do like 80 or something like that, plus like another 140 for like a certain number of like Ghost Veil Pokemon in the discard or something.
well,
like that.
even still, it's hard to
Yeah.
talk about it because
Yeah.
we don't have any experience.
No.
with it. So
you
said
I said Festival League like 1632.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean towards the Ghost Veil stuff honestly, and I'm gonna say top 32. It's been, I mean, granted, like you say don't go off for Japan all the time, but at the same time, there's like Japan also got to a point where they kind of hit exactly what the US was like, where like the only like top tier deck was draggable and everything else was like kind of down in like A's and B's tiers, where it was just like it counters something else that counters pull or counters pull directly and just do some other stuff. So Ghost Veil over there has been like the only other thing they've said so far that's like a top like a top deck up there next to pull.
Yeah.
And I think it's situated really well. So
I think it'll be. I think if I had to guess, wait, what do you think your placement is?
top 2.
I think we see the top placing single prize deck will be Crustle. Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Like grass focus, yeah. That makes sense. Snipe.
I get that.
And just with so many EXs.
Sniper placement, yeah.
Well, because I'm also predicting like high Sword of War. I just am.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's my code.
No, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Also, actually.
And the lack of shame and respect. And the way that Zoroark can smoke Greninja sometimes. Sometimes. But because of that, I think we're going to see a lot more. It's just, the conditions will be good for Crustle.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like that's my thought. I think probably I'd even say top 16 Crustle.
Okay.
I could see a top 16 Crustle.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be Tim Frank.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be this
Oh wait, Rocket's Hot Pro. Thoughts?
Oh, true. I left that one out. Yeah. I don't think it's.
I think that one's had its time in itself.
I don't think it's real. Not real enough for that.
Consistent enough to make any real impact.
I think like it lives. Its best results live and die on like high rolls and just really good players who probably know it so insanely well that they like win like crazy matchups. I want to know how many times the seniors winner who got it like entered and stuff like actually running the Honchkrow deck.
Yeah.
How many times did they just torment a Dragapult and bully it into not being able to attack?
Yeah.
To your point, Glenn, this guy Rahul Reddy,
Yeah, Rumble ready.
he's like maining this Crustle deck. Like,
Yeah.
fine tuning it to the meta right now.
Yeah.
And I think if anybody's gonna place well with
I think
it's
Rahul
gonna
would
be
do it.
it's gonna be him.
Rahul runs kind of in like the same. He's like the only American player who runs in like the same circle as like a lot of the Australian players.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
And this list is nasty. Like it's just
yeah.
it's horrible to look at. But
It's gonna be Crustle Iron Door.
yeah.
Oh.
If we get a second World deck with Iron Thorns in it,
Yeah, it's actually so interesting.
I will buy the deck if
you see the others.
I will buy the whole deck and eat it card by card
here first.
on camera.
Heard it here first. Premium content. Subscribe. That's how the one plugs.
If there you go. That's your world's prediction. If Crustle Iron Thorns is a deck that exists and it wins worlds in a first place finish, I will buy the deck a year later.
Right now.
I will buy the deck a year later. I will open it up and I will eat it card by card on camera until I throw up cardboard.
God,
That's awful.
that's so foul.
That's all.
I think that's
It's like some filthy break max. Yeah, motherfucker. That's like circa 2010.
Wow.
Deep reaches right there.
The last prediction I have on here is what we think the most surprising mega will be that we see like in like a high placement, right?
The most surprising.
Yeah, well, it'll be the mega that we're like, oh, I didn't expect to see that here,
Right.
and that
First
is
time for as we expect.
by virtue of the fact that it's up high.
It'll be Mega Dragon.
Mega Dragonite for you?
Yeah, if there's a Mega Dragonite deck that makes it top 16, I think that like
Okay.
that'll. I think honestly, if we see something like that with Pitch Black coming out, that would be meta. It will crack the meta, I think, and just like totally shift because Mega Dragonite it's such a versatile card.
Yeah.
And you have so many options with what you can do with it. That
That's fair.
like Mega Dragonite Logan, something like that. Like that could be a incredibly strong deck that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I do think that if Mega Dragonite breaks into the meta like that would be the most surprising for me.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think this is part of the expansion. I am predicting Mega Zero Aura.
Okay. Yeah.
Who's that guy do again?
Mega Zero Aura.
I need a refresher on him.
It's like 60 damage for
Is it doing like the old Zero or a V-Star attack?
No, it's actually very circa Raichu V.
Oh, okay. Dropping discard a million lightning energy and do a
so.
damage.
Yeah, it's one of those cards, but it's very, I guess how Glenn would say, low to the ground.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Thunder Fist for one lightning. Thunder Fist. This has 60 for each lightning energy attached to this Pokemon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's
on a basic.
Yeah, that's Raichu V all over again. That's disgusting.
Well, and it's got
What's its other
the second attack is 3 lightning, where it's 150 and switch.
Oh man.
So I see the vision, and I see that. I almost see like an eel box coming back together.
Eel box.
Oh,
Like, well, is it eel box or is it Magneton?
Electro.
No, it's definitely eels, because Magneton is bugs. Because Counter Catcher is no longer in the format, and neither is IO now.
See, I don't think Magneton is as. I think you could still run like.
You could run one.
I think you run one, maybe two.
No, you're never
run
running
one.
two.
You run a 1-1 line, maybe a 2, maybe a 2-1 line.
Yeah.
A 2-1 line.
I think the most surprising Mega will be Zera Aura.
Okay.
And maybe by that same virtue, potentially Electros.
Okay.
Less likely, possible.
I don't think Eelbox with an Electros focus is like a thing.
You'll be like Eelbox with like Zera.
But I think like Eelbox like Zero or like just with like a few like that. Maybe you need to see like a 1-1 line. Yeah, like a 1-1 or 2 line of an activity. Yeah, it'll be like lightning box will kind of and that might be a thing like
Yeah, Jolteon will be in there.
potentially.
Possibly like energy.
What is it gonna like?
I'm gonna plus
Plus
line, yeah.
ridiculous, stupid.
So
Yeah.
like, turn one you're playing 80 into something
For one
so-
energy.
yeah,
For one energy.
and then setting up Tynamos, electrics, and
That's
Canary or Canary.
Yeah. We've already seen fighting types are already falling off. Like even Lucario is not doing enough anymore because it's getting checked by Clefairy and every single psychics are too good. And then Clefairy existed.
I do think that, like, especially fire. I mean, I'm been looking at fire and electric as like a typing in the game pretty hard recently, but like I do think that fire and electric are on the cusp of being extremely strong.
we're not getting the Rayquaza deck.
No, we're not getting Rayquaza.
Yeah. But after Worlds, fire and electric Rayquaza is Rayquaza. The fact that like fire and electric could be on the upswing again. The fact that
when we get that Emerald whatever back that Japan or set that Japan will get
sometime
sometime
next
next year.
get another version of Rayquaza Spiral something or other that does
Yeah,
discard. It'll be discard like all of your lightning energy for like 100 or something at this point.
Yeah.
It's the classic Rayquaza attack that's been
Good old Mega Rayquaza.
it's Mega Rayquaza V-Star, the old Rayquaza EX.
Amazing Rare Rayquaza.
Yeah, Amazing Rare Rayquaza had it. The old Rayquaza EX from Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah.
Had it.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna do it. Anyway, highest placing,
Most surprising, high.
most surprising. I don't know.
I'm gonna give an honorable mention real fast. Hold on, Alex. My honorable mention for my Mega Venusaur.
Oh,
If we see a high stack Mega Venusaur, I think that would be
I'd pop off.
that would be crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I had a few in mind. I got like two specific, I think.
Okay.
So I think my like wild card, like this would be like it's Copium, but it's the one I want to run with is Mega Galaxy.
Yeah.
I think a high placing Mega Galaxy is
And I think it's very
hyper
doable.
plausible. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's very doable.
It with just one stadium and its attack or just its attack, because its attack is 16 damage.
Yeah,
right?
the attack gets you 320.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the attack is already washing bolts, right? On like the pass back,
And you're getting Roxy.
and you have Roxy with if you go higher, that attack is also washing like half of like the megas that exist too.
What's the stadium card that does poison?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is that,
Dangerous Jungle.
Dangerous Jungle? Perilous Jungle. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Ah.
Dangerous Perilous.
Perilous Jungle, Dangerous Jungle. It's one of those two.
Okay.
One's like the
Yeah.
Japanese, and one's the I think like
So Mega Dragon.
yeah, well, like in dark types are on the downswing, which
Yeah.
means that part just gets better.
Mhm.
Perilous brings it to +2.
Yeah. Perilous brings it to +2. Toxicity. Does that card specifically target darks, or does it?
Yes. Yeah.
It does. Okay, so it's probably
So
not.
I'm interested to see how that doesn't make it dark, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like toxicity would like in there with the Dragaji as like you power up a spell with toxicity attached to your psychic, and that's your turn. Rather than running Crispin to power up your Mega Dragaji, you have a toxicity spell power up, and then you do have to rely
Yeah,
on
you're probably running a Monkey Doors in that deck.
you probably are. Also, like there's a world where you just run a Dragapult engine in that deck because you already have the psychics and there for the Dragalgi. Again, it's another Dragalgi Lokes is probably just a thing.
Yeah. And what you can do in the meantime is like you can leave this Skrill active in Dark Belt.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's some I think there's like some ways to like mess around with that certainly just haven't been touched on. So that's my like copium, but like I think that's gonna be like that's the one that fits this question. The only other I think that I have is like Mega DNC.
Yeah.
Someone just comes and high rolls a DNC something or other, whether it's Jellings, whether it's the straight DNC build of like Dusks. It's of course something completely different that still loses that. I don't know.
I've got a third place also.
Oh
Yeah.
If we see a Mega Torpedo
Oh yeah.
anywhere near,
Yeah.
like top 50, it'd be insane.
Yeah.
Same for Darkrai for me.
Yeah. Torpedo kind of fell off because of like the grass decks, but
Yeah,
I think like if grass
It was like a water dark with a Torpedo or something.
well,
Like
if
something
grass goes on the downswing, like Mega Torpedo is probably one of the strongest megas that was printed.
especially the Grimsley, like
Yes.
on that thing, like
Or if you decide to do like a Grimsley build of it, if you just go in on it, it's like that guy's
Ooh, I could see a vision
if
where
it's
it's like,
a
we're
Torpedo.
we're using Smooth over Crobat to get your Grimsley set up, so you're getting like your Gengar or your Torpedo.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like code rigging also, like
Yeah.
putting your Torpedo on top, so you just pull it immediately and drop it. Yeah, I do think that there's something there. I don't obviously like that's my copium is like Torpedo, but I think it's probably honestly more likely to see a Venusaur than anything else.
Yeah. I think
the Mega Dragon is like the fun one. I think it's something find where that fits in the niche. Yeah, that's
Cool, man.
it's pretty good.
Anything else? Anything we want to say before we go on break?
No,
Viewers?
no. I've talked long enough. I've said too much.
We do be talking.
That is the point.
The Yapcast.
The Yapcast and the
I think watch out what we're doing. We're taking a little bit of a break. I'm gonna try to get some organizational stuff taken care of with the cast and like that kind of stuff.
we're gonna try to work on some bonus content to have in the reserve.
Yeah.
They're just ready to fire as soon as the new season starts. But we're gonna be kind of quiet this summer. I don't think I'm gonna do a summer break series like I did last year.
Just because it lets us be a little more flexible with the schedule. Like we can just like do whenever we can do whenever we have time. Just take the opportunities when we can. Aside from that, no, it's been a good season. It's been a good run. We've had a good run so far. Season 4, look out for us.
It's gonna be great. I'm stoked about it. Thank you, boys, for being here, for your time. It means a lot to me to have taken both of you on the show.
Under your wings.
Under my wings, sure. You're both so invaluable to the show, so I'm very glad to have you. And I'm looking forward to what we make next year or this fall, rather. So it's gonna be a good time.
This next year, Pokemon Worlds 2026.
You're gonna see us there.
2027 is not already here, so don't have me.
It'd be cool to get us at Worlds. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
The dream for sure.
The dream.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you fellas next season.
Next season, patreon.com/homeworkcreative.
Yeah. Check it out. We'll see about 10. We'll see about 10. Yeah, check us out over there, patreon.com/terminalcreative. It's gonna be a good season. I look forward to having you. And if there's nothing else to say, then we'll see you then. Thank you, of course, to our current only producer tier patron, Old Man Gigi. Wherever you may be.
Thanks, guy.
Thank you. That's all from us. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.